right, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. All right. First and foremost, I want to give our honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the Akim that are pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity. All right, Lord willing, this reaches the ears of the hopeful elect. All right. Salakia, if the signal keeps going in and out, I think I'm in a pretty bad area in terms of service and connection. That's the damn devil. Being prince of the air. But so this is a kind of an impromptu kind of lesson. Just through the spirit, and I just want to go into, as you can see, the title of this lesson is what is it? We're being wore out. All right, we're being wore out in the spirit, man. We're groaning in the spirit. Our bodies are giving out. You know, by way them spreading these chemtrails in the air. All right, the foods that we eat, the lack of nutrition that's in these vegetables. All right, everything is being stripped out. Magnesium is a very important mineral that our body needs in order to function well. And normally that will come from a vegetable, that comes out of the ground, because it's been defiled. All that stuff has been stripped away from the vegetables, and so when we eat it, we're only getting partial nourishment, man. We only getting that partial, the partial benefits, man. Hey, man, we're in this captivity. It said that our bread would be defiled, among the Gentiles. And everything that we have, man, everything that we eat is defiled. You know, so I mean, we try to do the best that we can. But other than that, being God having to wake up, early in the morning, man, or being up late at night, for instance, my schedule, I work like that graveyard, so my body clock is a little out of whack. The circadian rhythm is off. Barely getting any sleep. The most sleep I get average, in a day is anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. And I'm right back at it again. And that's just this. We're just vexed with this place, man. You know. But I want to get Micah 2:10, man, because that's why we got to depart from this way, man. Depart from this Babylonian way. All right, Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And we're being destroyed, physically. Our bodies are being broken down. Our bodies are deteriorating. The lifespan of man has decreased. Okay, scriptures talk about anywhere from 80 to 90 years old. 100 being the most. As far as life. But today's society, man, the average life expectancy is probably somewhere in the 70s. Even probably less than that. I'm just kind of just throwing that out there. I don't know for fact, but it's not that high. It's because what we're putting in our bodies, man, and the lack thereof. Okay, it says, "Rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Man, we shouldn't be trying to get comfortable here, man. We got to get used to being uncomfortable in uncomfortable circumstances. Because we're just passing through, man. We're just passing through. This is just a temporary thing that we're going through. This life is just is but a blink of an eye. Okay, in the eyes of the Lord, man. You have that. You gotta kind of have that mentality, man. You got to do what you got to do in order to survive in this life. But ultimately, we got to be more focused on the kingdom. It says because it is polluted. This place is polluted. Look at the air that we're breathing. In the kingdom, man, you're gonna be able to taste the air, man. You can't taste the air here, and if you do, all you tasting is smog and smoke and all this crap, man. And it messes with your respiratory system, your lungs, uh, getting them off the earth. you know. And Esau knows what he's doing. Salakia, if it's cutting out. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just put like a thumbs up or something. All right. I think we should be good. I think we should be good for now. All right. It says it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. By way of the in the body and the flesh, but also the wine that the Babylonians, that these Egyptians, are putting, spreading out throughout the world, man. You know, it's destroying our people as a whole. Okay, the mentality and concept of YOLO, living your best life, you know, you know, um, hey, we all gonna die soon, so live it up now type of mentality. That's gonna get you destroyed, man. Because what it does, it promotes wickedness. It puts the spirit on people to be able to feel like they have the power to do anything and everything that they want, without any consequences. Okay, but the Lord sees all, man. You see, and that's ultimately what's that sword destruction that's gonna come upon them. That's that judgment coming from Yahweh Shai. Right. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. It says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints." Being vexed daily. You see, and it's really by way of having these scriptures in our inward parts, in our mind. Meditating on it. Talks about with much wisdom, grief. Something along those lines. Let me just get it real quick. In the book of Ecclesiastes 1:18. All right, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse Salakia. Yep, 1:18. That's our verse 17. It says, "And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly." You see, so we know the difference. All right. Hey, Shalom, Yahabashim Shai Brakatah. All right. And that's the spirit, because, we're going to know the difference between wickedness and righteousness in the kingdom, man. Because in order to be a judge, you have to know both sides. All right. We just pray that, Lord willing, Abba Ratazah, we be of those men, of those judges in the kingdom. It says, "I perceive that this also is a vexation of spirit, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow," man. So we're sorrowful, man. You know, all the wisdom that we're getting by way of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, is bringing us grief. Okay, this is not our rest, man. This is not where we're made to excel. Okay, and build. That's what a lot of these Eve, hey Salakia, man, Salakia for the signal. That's what a lot of these Eves, man. They want somebody to build and to and to build to build with, and stability. Not knowing that the men of the Lord, man, you know building for their kingdom, their riches in the heavens, man, in the kingdom. Okay, that's what we're trying to burn, man, and we do it as often as we do, man. You got brothers that are pushing anywhere from one video a day to up to three, maybe even more a day. Okay, you know, man, I pray this lesson it doesn't get cut out. I'm looking at the feedback on my other phone, and it's very glitchy. So Salakia for that. All right. So with this truth, man, we see things for what they really are, and it's really vexing, man, and it just pushes us to a point to want us to push even harder for this truth, man, so we can get the hell on up out of here. All right. You know. I want to get that in Baruch real quick. Baruch. Yep. Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from Yahweh Shema Shai, our power. You see? And we're subject to payment for our forefathers, man. You know, and us in the past, okay, for going off, you know, and worshiping these idols, pretty much putting the Lord on the counter, man. You know, you know, just putting him on the back burner, not putting him first. That's why we're in the state that we're in. That's why you see it says, verse 9, hear Israel the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, and that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. See those dead spirits, man. Okay, those dead spirits. You see, and we've been mingled amongst those dead spirits, man. You know, those who are wandering out of the way of the understanding. You know, remaineth in the congregation of the dead. You know, slightly paraphrasing. You know, but that's what those bodies that it's referring to, man. You know, it's the valley of the dry bones. Okay, and I'm gonna end it with this. And this, like I said, this was just a little quick, impromptu through the spirit. You know, Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 13. I started verse 13. It says, "Let us go unto him whom the camp buried, but we seek one to come." You see, here we don't have no city. We don't have a home here. You know, we're counted as pilgrims, man. You know, we're literally just travailing. We're just passing through. Okay. Ultimately, if you go into that word, let me get it real quick. If you go into that word, pilgrim, it says a person traveling to a holy place. You see, a pilgrim is a person traveling to a holy place. And what is that holy place that we're traveling to through the spirit is the kingdom, man. Okay, so here we don't have a city, man. We don't have a place to call our own. You know, you got other camps trying to build communities. Okay, but we did that before. We did that back in Rosewood, you know, and back in Tulsa. You know, we built these little communities in these little cities and towns, and what came upon it? You don't hear about them today. They're non-existent because Esau destroyed it. You see, so there's nothing that we can do on this side in order to build, man, because Esau is just gonna come in and destroy it. He don't want us. He don't want us to succeed, and it's not meant for us to succeed here. The Lord cuts those things off from underneath our feet because of Micah 2:10. He wants us to store up the treasures in heaven by way of these scriptures, man, pushing his word, pushing his truth, pushing the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? Speaking on the testimony of Yahweh Shai through the spirit of prophecy, man. Okay, giving warning. That's how we're building our riches and our treasures in heaven for eternity, man. You see? But here, we don't got nothing, man. We don't got nothing. Let me read that again. Hebrew chapter 13 and verse 14. For we have no continued the 144,000. That everlasting as for eternity. You know, kind of went into that yesterday, you know, briefly on the perception of eternity. You know, when you look at the word eternity, when you try to put forever into perspective, man, forever is a very, very long time. It's an everlasting kingdom. Okay. This is Daniel 7:14. And there was given him dominion and glory and the kingdom, that all people, nations, and language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. You see, so this kingdom that we're seeking to come, will never be destroyed. It's going to be an everlasting, continuing city, thriving, man. You know, if we be those men, those elect men, 144,000 men, we're going to be millions and billions and trillions and quadrillions. The list goes on, years old, man. You know, and we're going to be able to live to see this, man. We're going to have nations. We're going to be the progenitors of nations, man. You see that? Our seed is going to continuously grow for eternity. And when you try to put it into perspective, eternity, that's why the Heavenly Father is building. He has a place established for us in the heavens, man, with the different planets, okay, the different constellations, the galaxies. Okay, where else are you going to be able to put all these people, man? The Lord knows. This book has already been written out. Okay, this story, this movie's already played out. He already knows what forever is going to look like. He already knows what the kingdom is going to look like. It's spoken about in here. That everlasting, that kingdom that will never be destroyed. That's why he has all these. Knew that there was going to be a time where he needed a dwelling place. He needed to have a dwelling place for the nation of Israel, like that, man. Extra him, calling us into this truth. You know, these little things that we going through, man. It's like and it talks about in 2 Corinthians. Our light affliction. Khan, that's it. House of many mansions. All those planets, man. That's what the Lord prepared for us, man. He gave us a small little glimpse of that with the new telescope, and you saw all these bright, different color stars. Really, if you go to the word stars, I think it's like a Greek word for planetos or planetos or something like that. It just means planets. But the Lord created those places, man. But the fact of just having the concept of being able to be present, your whole nation, your grandchild, if you're lucky enough, you may be able to see your great grandchild. I was able to meet my great great grandmother. I was able to meet my great great grandmother. You know, she was a Gadite. On my dad's mom's side. So I doubt I have Gad. I'm Gad, but hey, through the spirit, I believe I'm Judah. But that's neither here nor there. We'll know in the kingdom. But if you're lucky enough, you may be able to see your great grandkids. But in the kingdom, you're gonna be able to experience and be able to spend time with your impromptu lesson was